couple days, I'm going to go back up to Indian Heaven to look for Austin Oldfield, the camper who went missing there last year. I'm going to search the east side of Sawtooth Mountain. Last week, I searched the cliffs on the west side of Sawtooth Mountain. And my plan is to go hike in, backpack in to the bottom of the cliffs there and do a search in the evening on the first day, camp overnight, get up, search for a while the second day, and then go on over to the Rainbow Gathering to talk with some of the people there to see if he did show up or if anybody recognizes him. That was his goal last year, was to attend the Rainbow Gathering. One of my concerns with my plan is that the two trails that lead up from the bottom of the mountain on the east side there lead to a rock scree that could be really difficult, could be boulder fields, and they also could be not the bottom of the right cliffs. It looks like there's maybe layers of cliffs or levels that stair step up. And searching the bottom of all of those just may not be worth it at all. There are some cliffs on the northern and northeastern end of the mountain that I know are accessible. And in fact, the trail comes right out on a viewpoint that I stopped by last week. And so I definitely want to check under there. It was really helpful to talk with Sheriff Brown last week as well about some of the reports and what areas have actually been searched. I found out that none of the areas in Indian Heaven have been searched. There was a missing mushroom picker that was found shortly after she was lost, but that was 2 weeks before Austin went missing. And in fact, the clothes with the forestry ribbon that I came to was definitely found by a SARS team on that search, or most likely on that search. So it's not related to this case at all. So that's good news. I'm not doubling over other people's efforts, or it's not wasted effort on my part. In fact, the only areas that they searched were near his camp where the hunters saw him, over by Lone Butte.
I've lived here for 16 years now. When I moved to Skamania County, at that time in New York City, they call them boroughs. Mm-hmm. One borough had 67,181 people per square mile.
Wow. At
that time, Skamania County had 6 people per square mile.
Wow.
So I felt much better moving here than I'm not a city person so much. A flatlander. I like the country, and look at the country. Woo! This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. What? You were telling me earlier a Sasquatch story or a Skookum story.
A Skookum story.
Here in Skamania, they're called Skookums, not Sasquatch.
Local Native American term is Skookum for the big hairy guy and gals and family that live out in the woods, I guess.
So, tell me that story, if you would, about the guy who...
Okay, I got it secondhand. The guy that used to own the tavern here, old man, retired, he told me a story about the owner of Bigfoot Trailer Park here in Carson, Washington.
Uh-huh.
And that old man, my friend Tim, would give him a ride up here into the woods by the lava beds out here and drop him off. And then the old man would tell him, come back and pick me up in a week or whatever. And sure enough, a week later, he'd be out on the road here, out on the dirt road, and get a ride back to civilization. But he would come out here. This old man would come out here. He's the founder of Bigfoot Trailer Park with Sasquatch Lane and Bigfoot Avenue. That old man, who would be dropped off up here, would then tell stories about how he came out and he sat in the cave with Bigfoot. And the two of them would sit there and communicate. From my understanding, it wasn't English. It was more cooperative communication that they would share with each other. And this old man came out of the woods after spending a week at a time. And he did this more than once. He would do this several times throughout the summer. He never brought back any pictures. Of course, back then they didn't have GPS and cameras and all that kind of stuff. They got Florida tags.
No. We're headed this way to the gathering.
Yeah.
We think it's down this way, actually.
Have you guys already been up this way?
Yeah, we went to Forlorn Lakes and it wasn't there.
It's not there?
And it looks like it's down south, Road 66.
You guys are heading there right now?
Yeah.
You guys mind if I tag along?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Loving you, man.
All right.
I've heard several stories throughout the years about people who were chased down off the mountain with something big following them. Not running after them, but tracking them. Scaring the daylights out of them.
Mm-hmm.
You could sense something there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We're headed
Is it straight
that
across?
way. Skookum stories. If you...
Oh, just a second. Let me... Yeah, 66.
6625. Some folks up by Puget Sound that I've spent some time with. The one fella tells me about the mountain up there. It was in wintertime. Of course, in wintertime, it's really easy to see the white from the dark. But he spotted from one ridge to the next what he thought was a cave.
Mm-hmm.
And it had trails leading up to it, this cave, on the side of the next ridge over. And he suspected, told me, he thought it was the Skookum. I wish I had a story to tell you that myself having contact with him. I've seen many odd things in the woods. Big logs broken up into pieces that a bear would rip it apart with its claws.
Uh-huh.
When you find something that's been, smacked over another log and broken open or whatever, it doesn't seem, I don't know what to tell you.
I talked to you a little bit earlier about Austin, and I've been looking for him, and You said you recognized
I
this picture?
recognize Austin from last year's Rainbow Gathering. Austin and I, when we first met, I remember Austin came to my van and he was very hungry and thirsty and confused of where he was.